pusong handang makipagsakayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling! And beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. One.
Yeah, that's good! Bang, bang!
nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsakayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling! And beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. One.
Yeah, that's good! Bang, bang!
nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsakayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling! And beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. One.
Yeah, that's good! Bang, bang!
nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsakayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling! And beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. One.
Yeah, that's good! Bang, bang!
nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsakayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling! And beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Oh,
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. One.
Yeah, that's good! Bang, bang!
nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsakayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling! And beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. One.
Yeah, that's good! Bang, bang!
nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsakayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling! And beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Laban, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling and beautiful finish.
look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move and one.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
May we request the Parañaque Aces to go to the center court for the Parañaque hymn. May we request everyone to remain standing as a respect for the Parañaque hymn. Again, may we request everyone to please remain standing for the Parañaque hymn. You may now be seated. Thank you.
between the two teams. Good evening for the last yesterday from the same building. We look at someone who's been on attack mode. Marlon Monte had 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists in that game yesterday against the Barons. Definitely an all-around performance for Marlon Monte, and if he can continue to stay aggressive for this game, then good things are coming for the Bulacan DF Republicans. We're saying over to the other side of things. Of course, Parañaque Aces, known as one of the best teams in this tournament, but they fell short at the start of the season, losing to the Taguig Generals 84-76. It hasn't been a good outing for the Aces. Only had 13 assists and gave away 35 turnover points in that loss to the Taguig Generals. As we look at a new face in front, and he's been performing 21 points, 8 rebounds in 39 minutes for Gabriel Martin Capasio, who a newcomer here in the Parañaque Aces, coming in and providing the spark and the leadership in their first game. So it will be an exciting clash. Of course, Bulacan wants to get a head start in this tournament. Parañaque wants to get back and get their first win.
Number 15, Justin Alano. And on the man on the middle, number 13, Vincent Alves. Head coach, Yong Garcia. And now, let's meet your Bulacan Republicans. Playing guard, number 4, Christian Nescio. On the other guard position, number 24, Marlon Monte. Playing forward, number 6, J.M. Cruz. The man on the middle, Joseph Celso. And playing forward, number 15, Ryan Operio. Head coach, Popo Macapagal. At this time, may we call on the center court NBL Youth Ambassador Joshua Mercado for the ceremonial toss. Thank you, NBL Youth Ambassador Joshua Mercado. This game will be officiated.
We are live now for the main game of the of this night. We look at the lineup: Christian Nescio, Marlon Monte, Joseph Celso, Ryan Operio, and John Cruz starting up in the Bulacan DF Republicans, while Sarmiento, Gabe Capasio, Vincent Alves, Justin Alano, and John with his first personal. Vincent Alves, though, misses the first free throw. Oh for 2 for Vincent Alves. And here's Nescio now, manning the point position. Operio, but a foul is called away from the ball as Monte And Sarmiento got entangled up. Of course, Marlon Monte, the main man for the Bulacan DF Republicans in this team. Celso, 5 seconds to shoot. Monte steps into a three, short. And ball will swing towards the Parañaque Aces. Here's Sarmiento. Alves. Now to the wing. Here's Gabe Capacio. Capacio fakes. Capacio scores. And Capacio gets the first 2 points. And a miss there. But Monte is there, but a block by Operio. And here's Sarmiento on the other end. The turnover. And on the other end, the fast break layup. Easy 2 points for Christian Nesho. And the game is tied at 2 apiece. Christian Nesho coming into this game with averages of 15.3 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 4.3 assists. So definitely someone to watch out for. Here's Capacio, attacks. Capacio over Celso, overcooks it. Joseph Celso. There's a spin and another foul. And Bulacan really coming off aggressive. And Marlon Monte now going to the free throw line to take 2 shots. First free throw is good. Two for 2 for Marlon Monte. And it's a 4-point lead for the Bulacan DF Republicans. And here's Alves. And Nesho is called for his first personal foul. And Vincent Alves going to the line to shoot 2 more free throws once more. And his struggles on the line continues. One of 2 for Vincent Alves. It's a 3-point lead for the home team. And here's Nesho. Over to John Michael Cruz. Monte attacks. Monte, that's good. It's a 5-point lead now for the Bulacan DF Republicans. And coming in for the first time is Madrid. Lifran Madrid manning the point now. And here's Reed for 3. No. Cruz saves it. And Nesho recovers. Nesho once again pushing the basketball. Kicks it out. Wide open 3. That's good. 3-pointer for Ryan Operio. His first 3-pointer of the game. And the Bulacan DF Republicans come out of the gate swinging. They hold an 11-3 lead. Timeout Parañaque Aces. And you can't leave Ryan Operio that wide open because he will make you pay. 11-3 Bulacan DF Republicans. We will be back after the break. We look at the crowd here in the Bulacan Provincial Capital Gym. And the nice thing about this is we are slowly but surely getting the crowd back into the game. And especially in tournaments like this one, importante kasi talagang, you know, they have legit ties to these people being a homegrown talents. As we look at the numbers of Christian Nesho yesterday, look at those numbers. 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals. Everything you want from your guard, he's doing. Underneath, Alves with the follow-up. And on the other end, Ambes. And here comes Reed. Capascio. Capascio attacks. Capascio misses the gimme. And here comes Monte on the other end. Monte still no good. The rebound by Cruz, or rather Nesho. Nesho will settle things down. Steps back. Three-pointer. That's short. Battle for the rebound will be won by Alves. And Alves, forward pass. But Reed can't get a hold of that basketball. And Coach Yong Garcia doesn't like it. Carlos checks in for JC Reed. And the Aces still trail by 6. Here's Santos. Monte now. Looking to attack. Monte finds an opening all the way. Ryan Monte starting off well. 6 points now in the game for Ryan Monte. Or rather, Marlon Monte. Here's Alves. Kicks it out. Carlos turns the ball over. Celso now running. Nesho back to Celso. Dipsy-do, mill miss. And a rebound by Alves, and on the counter are the Aces. Here's Justin Alano. Alano loses the basketball, but the ball will stay with the Aces. Look at Marlon Monte just threading the needle and scoring on that layup. Beautiful, beautiful layup. Capascio, sidestepping move. Gabe Capascio with his second basket of the night. 13-7 lead for the DF Republicans. Cruz gets the ball into the half court and on to Marlon Monte. Monte being defended well. Cruz for 3. No. And the rebound by Madrid, and Madrid will be pushing the basketball. He has Capascio on his right and Alves underneath, but that's a great steal by Cruz. Oh, great pass by Nesho to Cruz. And JM Cruz, who forced the steal on the other end, got the finish on offense. That's what you want from your big. 15-7, the Bulacan DF Republicans playing really well to start off the game. Capascio now, over to Justin Alano. The jumper by Carlos won't go. Alano gets the offensive rebound. Alano spins. Alano loses the basketball. And Cruz right now, or Monte on the counter. Monte attacks. Monte scores! 17-7 lead. The Bulacan DF Republicans are starting off really well in front of their home crowd. Madrid and unforced turnover, yun yung masakit. It's something that you don't really want to see. As we look at this fast break, this Gatorade fast break was brought to you by Gatorade. Nothing beats Gatorade. And no one's gonna beat John Michael Cruz with that. And Marlon Monte with this. 17-7 lead for the Bulacan DF Republicans. We will be back shortly. we look at the phones of the players from Bulacan and Parañaque just to make sure that no external factors can get involved in this game, if you know what I'm saying. And it's a way to, just make sure to keep the integrity of the game intact. As we look at Gabe Capascio, and they need more production from him because the Bulacan DF Republicans have been solid to start this ball game. As Moraga checks in for Nesho, and Cruz now. Cruz attacks, loses the basketball, turnover. And here's Carlos. The jumper, still no good for the Aces, but they will retain possession even after that miss from Mahilum. Oh, struggling to get the ball in bounds, and there's a steal. A steal by the Bulacan DF Republicans, but Cruz somehow gets it as Orayi loses the basketball midway. But it doesn't matter, they're up by 12, 19-7. Madrid over to Alves. Alves looking to attack, crosses over. Alves blocked by Cruz. Madrid now, 4-3. Air ball. And Celso wants to slow things down. Moraga now. Looking to attack, crossover move. Cruz takes the three. Almost. Celso gets the offensive rebound. Celso. Tough shot. And here's Capascio on the other end. Capascio over to Carlos. Takes the three. Still no go. And the rebound by Orayi. On the counter is Moraga. Moraga looking to attack. Moraga lefty finish. Still won't go. And Moraga is called for a personal. And JM Cruz just doing the right things. Doing everything, JM Cruz. Blocking, finishing, tapping the ball away. And he's been all over the place. Talking about JM Cruz. Here's Carlos now. Gives it over. Alves with the pick. Alves with the soft floater. And finally, Vincent Alves breaks the silence for the Parañaque Aces. So far, it has only been Vincent Alves and Gabe Capascio who scored for the Aces. So they need more production from the two men. J.R. Oligario, one of my favorite players to watch in the Parañaque Aces. He's just so pesky as Moraga misses. But the rebound for Malyari, and Moraga gets it right back. Here's Orayi, the floater, no good. And the foul is called on Vincent Alves. Just the first personal for the big man. Here's Moraga. Underneath now, Benedictos nearly loses the basketball. That's a three-pointer. No good. And here's Oligario pushing the basketball now. He gives it over to Carlos. Over to Alves, top of the key. Alves on the receiving end of a great pass. Alves continues to score. But seems like some extra motions underneath as Mahilum gets hit, I think. We'll have to look at the replay, but I think it's Malyari and Mahilum. Here's Mahilum with the pass. Alves finishes. And then right after that play, Mahilum, there it is. You look at the right of your screen, Malyari. As Mahilum makes that basket. There it is, the elbow from Malyari. And I think he's going to be called for that. That was pretty clear.
Flagrant foul, penalty on Bulacan Republicans, number 14, Lawrence Malyari.
And Malyari will have to sit down on the bench for 3 minutes as he got called for a flagrant foul, penalty one, for that elbow on Mahilum. JM Cruz, after that short breather, will get back in. And Mahilum will take 2 shots after that flagrant. First free throw won't go in for Mahilum. One of 2 for Mahilum, and he trims the lead of the Parañaque Aces, or rather the Bulacan DF Republicans, to just 7. Carlos over to Oligario for 3. That's good. JR Oligario just might be the spark plug that the Parañaque Aces need, and right now the lead is down to 4 points. Here's Moraga, and there's a steal. On the counter are the Parañaque Aces, and a layup and a foul. Unfortunately, that won't go in for De La Cruz. So look at J. Pass by Monte, and a good finish by. Hits the first one. Two for 2 for Marlon Mahilum. And it's down to a 4-point lead. Nesho now. Using that pick, 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Crossover move for Nesho. JM Cruz for 3. No good, but the rebound by Benedictos. Marlon Monte now steps into a 3. That's good! And the lead back up to 7 points. 24-17 with 60 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Step back, Carlos trying to get that back. No good. The rebound by Cruz. And here's Nesho now bringing the ball down. Nesho looking to attack. Crossover move to Cruz. Back to Nesho. Nesho will settle things down. They have a lot of time on the shot clock. And the sloppy play there. Oligario from the same spot. Not the same result. And Bulacan will look to slow things down. They're up by 7, 24-17. Monte. And another hit underneath as Benedictos fell down. Let's take a look at what happened right here. Benedictos getting entangled with JR Oligario. And the flagrant one on J.R. Oligario for maybe sticking out his knees. And Benedictos will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws, with the Republicans getting the possession right after. First free throw is good for Benedictos. 1 of 2, but it's still an 8-point lead for the DF Republicans. And here's Necio. Over to Marlon Monte. Monte called for an offensive foul. Great defense there for Madrid. Forcing Monte. Just taking the hit right there, Monte. Pushing it. So, a much needed stop for the Parañaque Aces. Last shot time for the Parañaque Aces. Madrid gives it over to Gabe Capacio. 10 seconds on the game clock rather. Alano misses it. And look at Necio going at it. Necio is fouled. And another flagrant foul on, this time on Gabe Capacio. The officials will be reviewing it though. Let's take a look at what happened here. Here's Gabe Capacio and Necio. And Necio might have tripped on Capacio. Now we just have to find out if it's intentional or not. I think this is a good angle. Personally, I don't think it's intentional. So that's a good call, just an advantage foul, because I don't think that's intentional. He was just basically tripped up with the foot of Gabe Capacio, and since there's no one there in front of them, no one from the Parañaque Aces side to stop the play, then it will be called an advantage foul. But Necio misses the first free throw. One of 2 for Necio. Ball possession stays with the Bulacan DF Republicans. We look at Coach Yong Garcia right there. 4.9 seconds to go. Where will Bulacan go? Necio, 2 seconds. Corner 3, no good. And after 12 minutes, Bulacan DF Republicans opening the game like a house on fire thanks to this guy, Marlon Monte. 11 first quarter points. And he's been virtually unstoppable in this game, just finding his way around the defense of the Parañaque Aces. And that is why the Bulacan DF Republicans hold a 26-17 lead entering the second quarter. We will be back shortly.
Good!
NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan. Nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya...
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Lava, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling! dribbling and beautiful finish.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move it was. That's good. Bang, bang. The crowd here at the Bulacan Provincial Capital Gymnasium in Malolos have been splendid. They've been truly active. They've been on the lookout. And they've been cheering their hearts out for their DF Republicans who are gunning for a sweep in the weekend after winning yesterday. And after the first 12 minutes, things are looking good for the Bulacan DF Republicans. They lead 26-17 against the Parañaque Aces. Here's Oray. Oray looking to attack. Drop pass to Celso. And he was tapped out of bounds. 9 seconds to shoot. And a turnover. Bad pass there from Moraga. Here's Capasio against Oray. Using that mahilong pick. Capasio fakes. Good fake. Misses it though. And Moraga now bringing down the basketball, and here's Operio. Operio over to Cruz. Cruz to Celso. No good, but Oray, the rebound blocked by Justin Alano. But the Aces will retain possession, or rather, the Bulacan DF Republicans will retain possession with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Excellent defense there by Alano, not giving up on that play. And he lets Oray know it. Operio now. Waiting for that pick from Celso. Operio for three. No. And Alano gets the rebound, and Alano will bring down the basketball. Justin Alano. Over to De La Cruz on the wing. De La Cruz attacks. De La Cruz challenged by Cruz. Alano, second serving, no good. Rebound by Celso. Moraga now trying to bring the ball down and push it. Ryan Operio. Good hands, and they will keep the possession. Talking about the Bulacan DF Republicans. Celso over to Moraga. Off to Operio. Another three. Short for Operio. And great challenge there for De La Cruz. Benedictos back in for Oray. And here's Carlos manning the point. Mahilum, sidestepping move, no good. Moraga gets the rebound, and he will start the break. Moraga, over to Celso, wide open for three. That's good! Joseph Celso with his first three-pointer of the game. He's got 5 points now, and he gives the Bulacan DF Republicans their biggest lead of the night at 12. Capasio attacks. Capasio, tough shot. And the rebound by Cruz. Moraga now. Using that pick from Celso, kicks it out. Cruz thought about it. And Operio decides to take it. Still no good. Battle for the rebound. It will be Benedictos who gets it. But he turns the ball over. And on the counter now is De La Cruz. De La Cruz goes all the way. And he will score. But right back on the other end, Operio to Celso. Celso misses. And a sorry miss there for Joseph Celso. And here's Carlos. Attacks. Carlos is fouled. And Carlos will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw doesn't go in for Carlos. Capascio. Look at the defense on Gabe Capascio, the respect DF Republicans are giving him. 4 men all over him as Moraga left wide open. Capascio gets the rebound. And Gabe Capascio now will use that pick from Justin Alano. Capascio steps back. That's good. 6 points in the game now for Gabe Capascio. And it's a 7-point lead for the Bulacan DF Republicans. Here's Monte. Crossover move against Capascio. Kicks it out to Samampong. The jumper. Oh, what a block by Alves. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Monte at the buzzer. Won't go in, and that's a 24-second shot clock violation. And here comes the aces now. Wild play for Reed. Who will he go to? Alves loses balance. And here's Monte on the other end. Oh, Monte putting on the skates. But the aces holding their ground on the counter. Oh! And that was a hard hit for Jason Sarmiento. And let's see what happens here. Sarmiento attacking. And then, oh, that's gotta hurt. Ran straight into the shoulder. Two for two for Sarmiento. And right now, it's just a 5-point lead for the Bulacan DF Republicans. It seems that the Parañaque Aces have finally got their footing back to them, as it's only a 5-point lead now. Capascio looking to attack. Capascio, jumper, that's good. And Gabe Capascio, that's his shot. He's always been very good from the mid-range. And obviously, he's showing it right here. Monte. And a blocking foul is called as Monte tried to post up his defender, using that bulk to his advantage. That's a third personal for Jason Sarmiento. Here's Moraga. They go over to Operio. Operio to Celso underneath. Celso, 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Does Celso no? Operio forces one in, and that's another 24-second shot clock violation. So someone is down on the ground. I think he got hit when Operio was apologizing. Let's see. There it is. Shot clock violation. That's kind of tricky, to be honest, because buzzer has already sounded here. And I don't think it was intentional, to be honest, but the referees aren't calling it, and that's fair game. Back to basketball action. 29-26, Parañaque has slowly crept back in after trailing by as many as 12 in this game. And another foul is called on Ryan Operio. That's just his first personal. Oh, great play, but that pass was a tad long. And a power play for Reed. JC Reed trimming the Bulacan DF Republicans lead to just one. 29-28. What a rally for the Aces in the second half. And they force a turnover. And right now, they have outscored the Bulacan Republicans or DF Republicans by 11-3 in this quarter. Their defense certainly holding up. Gabe Capascio, rather, being hounded by Operio. Great D by Operio right there.
5 seconds to shoot. 5 seconds.
Alves, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Alves using his length, no good, and Moraga gets the rebound. Moraga now, using that break from Celso, hands it over to Operio. And Bulacan's offense is really stagnated in the second quarter. And Moraga, underneath, forced shot, great defense once more from the Aces. And look at how they're defending with discipline and grit as they force another miss. Here's Carlos. And a foul by Monte.
Foul on number 24, Marlon Monte. Second personal foul. 15 foul. 2 free throws for Ryan Carlos.
First free throw is short for Kyle Carlos. For 2 for Kyle Carlos. Would have taken the lead for the Aces if he made those shots. So wasted opportunity right there. And almost a turnover, but Moraga gets it right back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Moraga using that pick from Malyari. And a turnover by Singh. Singh to Alves. Excellent finish. And the Parañaque Aces are back in it. And they take a 1-point lead off that beautiful pass by Singh to Alves. We will be back after the break.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya...
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Gaba, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling.
We look at our beloved Executive Vice President, no other than Miss Rose Montreal. And she's enjoying the action, definitely. Watching with intent in this hotly contested matchup between the Bulacan DF Republicans and the Parañaque Aces. Of course, crowd is here. Nice to see the people back inside the basketball court after missing them for about 2 years, I think. We haven't seen fans inside the basketball court for 2 years, so it's really nice to see them back here supporting their home team, the Bulacan DF Republicans. Malyari gets the ball across. Celso nearly loses it. Celso battling for the loose ball, and look at this two guys not giving up on that basketball. And that's okay. That's okay. You see the passion of Vincent Alves and Joseph Celso. No one wants to give in. Walang nagbibigay. And bakit nila kailangan magbigay? It's going to be a jump ball between Celso and Alves. And look at this. Alves, right there. He'll take it. Alves and Celso, walang magbibigay dyan. Yun, mukhang tinamaan pa. Mukhang may pabaon pa. Itong si Vincent Alves. But of course, that wasn't seen by the referees. And we play on. Operio, floater, that's good! And the crowd, who has been restless for much of this quarter, finally gets something to cheer about. As Ryan Operio hits the floater, with the DF Republicans taking back the lead, 31-30. Gabe Capacio, and another foul. Away from the ball, things are getting chippy. As we look at Operio hitting that floater on the other end. Well, I'm not even sure what happened in this play. But Gabe Capacio is lining up to the free throw line. And a technical foul on the bench is called. It's going to be on the team manager of the Bulacan DF Republicans. Gabe Capacio now to the line to shoot the technical free throw. And Capacio misses. Points this quarter, the Aces picking up 13-5, outscoring the DF Republicans, and that's why they're only down by 1 after trailing by 9 after the first quarter. Carlos challenging Celso. Good defense there by Celso. Necio is back on the court. Malyari hands it over to Marlon Monte. Monte, good find. Celso, however, couldn't finish. Malyari, still no good. Battle for the rebound goes to the Parañaque Aces. Carlos, 3-on-2. They have numbers. Reed spins. Reed backs. No good. Rebound goes to Marlon Monte. Monte over to Malyari. Hands it back to Monte. And Monte using that Malyari pick. Monte looking for a friend. Necio takes the three. That's good! And it's back to a 4-point lead for the Bulacan DF Republicans as Necio connects on a three-pointer. Alves now. Over to Capacio. Singh. Alves, elbow jumper, that's good. And Vincent Alves has that shot. No, he's very comfortable hitting those elbow jumpers, those 15-foot baseline jumpers as Operio throws an air ball. And that's the good thing about having Vincent Alves on your team. He can stretch the floor as well. And here's Capacio now. Capacio kicks it out. Speaking of short-range jumper, Vincent Alves! And the foul. And Vincent Alves making me look like a genius on the commentary booth as he hit that short baseline jumper right after I said that he has a solid mid-range game. And the game is tied now at 34. However, Alves misses the free throw. And the DF Republicans looking to take control of the game once more. Here's Necio. Over to Marlon Monte. Necio hit another one. Will he hit it? Yes! Back-to-back threes from Christian Necio. And a timeout is called by the Parañaque Aces. As we look at Necio, the bank is open on a Sunday for Christian Necio. And take a look at this crowd. We will be back shortly. We look at our commissioner, Mr. Edward Aquino, discussing things with his officials. Just making sure that things are called well and officiated well. After all, this is a very good ball game between the Bulacan DF Republicans and speaking of the Bulacan DF Republicans, we look at the hustle and muscle against the Barons. Ryan Operio, 15 points, 4 steals. And Joseph Celso with 12 and 14 leading or helping the Bulacan DF Republicans to a big win over the Quezon Barons yesterday. Here's Kyle Carlos now. Carlos hands it over. Alves, the jumper, that's good. And Vincent Alves has been automatic with those 15-footers. And he's been the reason, one of the reasons why the Aces are back at it. Here's Monte now. Monte using that screen. Necio, over to Operio for 3! Ryan Operio finally hit one. He's been struggling with that three-pointer in this game. So it must be nice for him to get one in. 36-40 DF Republicans. Operio just hounding Gabe Capacio. Alves now looking to attack. Alves, good find. No good for the Parañaque Aces. That's Almaden. Less than a minute to go. Operio, will he hit another one? No good. Singh now pushing the basketball. They have the numbers. Capacio on to the finish. Easy layup for Gabe Capacio. And the lead is now down to 2 for Bulacan. 44 seconds remaining in the first half. Monte. Met with a double is Monte. Monte attacks anyway. Over to Necio. Another 3 short. And a rebound by Monte. Monte over to Operio. Operio over to Monte for 3. That's good! And the Bulacan DF Republicans all of a sudden can't miss from downtown. It's back to a 5-point lead. Here's Singh, over to Capacio. Capacio, all the way for 2. Too easy for Gabe Capacio. And last shot time now for the Bulacan DF Republicans. Here's Necio. Over to Monte. Monte looking to attack. Monte, 5 seconds. Nesho for 3. No. 2 seconds, 1 second. Does he have time? No good. That won't count for Mr. Singh. As an action-packed first half comes to an end. Joseph Celso hitting that three-pointer. Sarmiento getting bludgeoned by Oper or JM Cruz, and it has been a highly physical encounter between these two teams, but it has been fun to watch. Of course, Gabe Capascio strutting his wares. At the end of the first half, it's the Bulacan DF Republicans holding a 43-40 lead. And stay tuned, we will be back shortly. Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. And one.
Yeah, that's good!
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling. And beautiful finish.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. And one.
Yeah, that's good!
pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling. And beautiful finish.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. And one.
Yeah, that's good!
pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling. And beautiful finish.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. And one.
Yeah, that's good!
pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling. And beautiful finish.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. And one.
Yeah, that's good!
pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling. And beautiful finish.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. And one.
Yeah, that's good!
pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling. And beautiful finish.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh!
Welcome back to the NBL 2022 President's Cup, and before we get back to basketball action, we have a very special guest in the panel in the halftime. Of course, we have our NBL Executive Vice President, Ms. Rose Montreal, who will come up and share some very interesting news on what are the plans of the NBL moving forward with the NBL Youth and the WNBL 3x3. Ms. Rose, good evening and welcome to the panel.
Good evening, Christian. Good evening po sa lahat ng nanonood sa Facebook, sa Solar Sports, sa YouTube channel, at sa ating 5 international live streaming partners. Good evening, everyone.
Ma'am, by April 2, WNBL 3x3, can we talk more about that? Anong meron dito?
Yeah, Christian, allow me to invite everyone that we're having our season 21-22 of the WNBL 3x3 Leg 3 here at Balagtas, Bulacan, courtesy of Bulacan co-team owner Architect Romy Cardenas. Our WNBL 3x3 will be open to fans and everyone will be welcome at the Red Arc Gymnasium in Balagtas, Bulacan. It is worth noting, Christian, that since we started WNBL 3x3 from FIBA ranking number 96 for women's, we were able to move up to FIBA ranking number 49 after 2 legs. And the ultimate goal of WNBL 3x3 is to make it to the Paris Olympics in 2024 and be able to reach rank 10 in terms of women's 3x3 basketball in the world.
Grabe, that's only 2 legs and I think that's about nearly 20 spots ang inangat. Ma'am, what does this mean for women's basketball? Especially may pro league na tayo and nandito na 3x3 naman ang tinutulungan natin umangat.
Yeah, our WNBL 3x3 is in support of our federation's ultimate goal to make it to the Olympics, of course, to represent the country, the Philippines, in the Olympics. And it is the ultimate goal of WNBL to empower women through sports. And we want to make it happen on via the WNBL 5-on-5 3x3. And there's one major development also now that we're on alert level 1. We're launching our NBL youth. Right now, yung mga kabataan natin, Christian, they're very much excited to go back to the court. And we'll be relaunching our NBL youth season 2 with 19 under, 16 under, and 14 under. We're actually supposed to launch the 10 under, but unfortunately, not all children aged 10 and below are actually vaccinated. So we just don't want to bring down our guards, and we still want to practice safety and health protocol, at least the minimum safety protocol for our NBL youth. It's going to happen in April, right after the start of the vacation for students. In fact, on March 22 on Tuesday, we're holding our first team meeting for 19 under, 16 under, and 14 under. But for the 19 under, it's good to note that it can be LGU and club-based. However, if you're going to make an entry on the LGU, the priority will be the pioneering teams in the NBL. Like say, for example, if Bulacan will be having an entry, it should be through the Bulacan DF Republican. So basically, there's a lot of things to discuss in this team owners meeting, and we're inviting everyone who signed up, who emailed their letter of intent to be part of the NBL Youth 19 under, 16 under, and 14 under to attend the team owners meeting on March 22, Tuesday at the Hagonoy Sports Complex, 10 a.m.
And yan, ma'am, certainly exciting times ahead for the NBL, WNBL, and of course, NBL Youth. And again, to all our fans and to all our supporters of the NBL, supportahan po natin ang WNBL 3x3 at ang NBL Youth coming this summer after the school ngayong April. So yun, ma'am, maraming salamat po sa oras, and looking forward to always having you here.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya.
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Gaba, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling and beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless!
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move that was!
Yeah, that's good!
Bang, bang!
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya.
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Gaba, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling and beautiful finish!
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless!
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move that was!
Yeah, that's good!
Bang, bang!
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya.
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Gaba, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling
The NBL Season 2022 President's Cup presented by FSD and Converge. Thrive at 5, the Bulacan DF Republicans holding a 43-40 lead over the Parañaque Aces. And it has been a red-hot start for the home team with Christian Nesio and Marlon Monte starting things off for the Bulacan DF defenders, Republicans rather. But on the other end, we see Gabe Capasio and JR Oligario also pulling their weight for the Parañaque Aces. But after the first quarter, the Bulacan DF Republicans holding a 9-point lead, and a lead they extended to 12 actually in the second quarter. However, as things got chippy and physical, the Parañaque Aces started showing signs of life, led of course by this guy, Gabe Capasio, who trimmed the lead and of the Bulacan DF Republicans to just 3 points after the half. As we look at the stats, actually a bad shooting night for the Bulacan DF Republicans, but they have had easy points through the fast break, 13-9, and they've already hit 7 3-pointers in the first 2 quarters compared to just 1 for the Aces. We look at the leading scorers. Vincent Alves, the man of the moment for the Parañaque Aces with 15, Gabe Capasio with 12. On the other hand, a much more balanced showing for the Bulacan DF Republicans. Marlon Monte with 14, Christian Nesio with 9, Ryan Operio with 8, and JM Cruz with 6. We look at the Bulacan DF Republicans looking to repeat their start in the first quarter and maybe hold on to that lead, to that momentum, but it's not going to be easy, mainly because this Parañaque Aces team of Coach Yong Garcia is a tough team to beat. Final 24 minutes. Bulacan DF Republicans holding a 3-point lead. Welcome to the NBL President's Cup 2022. And a steal by Justin Alano will go all the way for the easy layup. And this early, things are already chippy. Parañaque putting on the pressure early on. Nesio left all alone in the corner. And Nesio called for the personal as the Aces surprised them with a full court press. Oh, great play, great pass. Oh, but Vincent Alves blows that layup. And on the other end, it's the Bulacan DF Republicans. Cruz is fouled by Sarmiento. And JM Cruz will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw is good for JM Cruz. 1 of 2 for JM Cruz. Extends the lead of the DF Republicans to 2 points. Here's Capasio underneath. Power move by Alano. Won't go in. And Monte pushing the basketball on the other end. Monte spins. Monte attacks. Beautiful move. Everything but the shot for Monte. Celso, however, loses it. Cruz now looking to attack. Cruz throws it to nobody. And the Aces now on the other end. Gabe Capasio leading the attack. Capasio met by Operio. Capasio still got it. Over. Celso is blocked by Celso. Capasio looking for a foul, but the ref says play on. Monte now hands it over to Operio. Operio looking for that pick. Operio gets it. Hands it over to Christian Nesio. And a turnover Sarmiento forces Nesho to another turnover. Here's Sarmiento. Over to Capasio. Capasio hangs. No good. Great defense there by Operio, forcing Capasio to change his shot. Operio. Using that pick, Operio spins. Kicks it out. Marlon Monte, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Loses the handle. Sarmiento tries to fast break, but Operio is prepared, and Alano had no other choice but to foul Ryan Operio. That's just the first personal foul of the former Perpetual Altas player. Talking about Justin Alano. Part of that fun team which had the likes of Scotty Thompson, Junric Baloria, and Harold Arboleda in them. Coach, of course, by the late, great Aric Del Rosario. So, definitely tons of experience here in the Parañaque Aces because Gabe Capasio played for LaSalle. So, lots of experience, at least on the collegiate level, for the Parañaque Aces, and they'll need all of that to overcome this Bulacan team. Alano, no good. And a loose ball foul is called. I think that will be on Kyle Carlos, or rather Vincent Alves. That's just the second personal foul though for Vincent Alves. And here's Operio. A 6-point lead for the Bulacan DF Republicans. They haven't been shooting well in the field goal department generally, but their three-pointers have basically kept them ahead in this game. Alano challenging Celso, and Alano just flexing his muscles against Joseph Celso. And that's a good pick by Nesho. Nesho now left wide open. Nesho over to Monte. Monte with the fake. Monte challenges Alves. No good. Battle for the rebound. It's Justin Alano. On the other end now, De La Cruz to Alves. Alves sidestepping move. What a move by Vincent Alves. And, you know, I'm a big fan of this guy, Vincent Alves. Anytime you have a big man who can run the floor, sidestep, hit mid-range jumper, and block shots, you know, you already have a winner. And that's what Vincent Alves brings to the table. The DF lead is down to 2 points once more. Here's JM Cruz. Cruz loses the basketball. And here comes Capasio on the other end. Capasio met in the air, looking for a foul. But there's no call. Good defense by Operio. And on the other end, Operio scores! 50-46, Bulacan DF Republicans still holding on to a 4-point lead. And here's Capasio for three. In and out. Battle for the rebound. Nesho gets it. And Nesho will look to attack. Nesho, almost a steal. Monte spins. Monte drops it off. Celso is fouled. Look at this. Straight up. Capasio loses the ball. And on the other end, it's Operio. After forcing the stop, scoring on the other end. One of two for Joseph Celso, but he gives the Bulacan DF Republicans a 5-point lead, 51-46. And here's Alves. Hands it over to Capasio. Capasio looking at Alano, but he can't get that entry pass. Alves from the top of the key. Alves, wild shot for Vincent Alves. That's not really a shot off the dribble, contested shot. And here's Moraga now. Over to Benedictos for three, no good. Rebound, Cruz, blocked by Alves. Cruz once more, contested well by Alves, and Alves has been a fourth. Operio is fouled by Alves. And look at Justin Alano. And then on the other end, Benedictos hitting that three-pointer. (54-48). Moraga now. Over to Cruz for three. No. Oligario gets the rebound and he's pushing it. But Cruz intercepted that pass, and here's Operio underneath Celso. Easy 2 points. Top board for Joseph Celso. A classic Filipino move right there. And it's an 8-point lead now for the Bulacan DF Republicans. Parañaque Aces calls for time as Joseph Celso pulls out the old Filipino top board. We look at the man in the middle for the Bulacan DF Republicans, Joseph Celso. 8 points, 12 rebounds, a steal and a block, and there's still about 18 minutes to go in this game. So I won't be surprised if Joseph Celso actually ends up with a monster double-double by the time this game is done. Right now, crucial moment for the Parañaque Aces. They don't want the Bulacan DF Republicans to continue to build momentum and pull away in this game. They're currently trailing by 8, 56-48. And Bulacan will look to press. Carlos looking to bring the ball down. And then they go to Capasio. Capasio will be trapped by two men. Almaden left wide open. In and out. The rebound by Benedictos. And here's Moraga. A basket here would send their lead back to double digits. Moraga looking to attack. Moraga throws the ball away, and here's Oligario on a foot race. Oligario all the way is fouled by Benedictos. So JR Oligario will troop to the line after this courageous layup. No other choice for Benedictos but to foul JR Oligario. Oligario hits the first free throw. Smagliari checks in for Celso. Two for two for JR Oligario. And the lead of the Bulacan DF Republicans is down to 6. Moraga hands it over. Over to Benedictos for three. Oh, in and out. And there's a foul away from the basketball. And Oligario called for the personal, which means 2 shots for J.M. Cruz. First free throw is right there is J.M. Cruz, who extends the lead of the Bulacan DF Republicans to 10 points. The crossover by Capasio. Capasio is fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And they really made life difficult for Gabe Capasio. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still getting his numbers. But it has been a tough night for Gabe Capasio, all in all. After that free throw, he's got 9 points, or rather 13 points. Make that 14. But he's had to work hard for all those 14 points because Bulacan has really formulated a game plan in defending him. And a steal there. Malyari making life miserable for Gabe Capasio. Here's Moraga now. Orayi. And a blocking foul is called on Almaden. There's Albert Almaden hitting that short stab. And then on the other end, J.M. Cruz. First free throw won't go in for Orayi. And right now, the 2 main guards of the Bulacan DF Republicans back in action. Talking about Christian Nesha and Marlon Monte. Misses both for Orayi, but Joseph Celso right there for the cleanup duties. It's back to a 10-point lead. Carlos over to Mailum. Mailum. Blocking foul is called on Nesho. That's a 10-point of Joseph Celso, and right now he has a double-double. As Mahilum misses the first free throw. And again, you know, if you're the Parañaque Aces, you don't want to come into the 4th quarter with that 10-point deficit, the double-digit deficit. And right now, the Bulacan DF Republicans are starting to pull away once more. So they have to be wary of this run by Bulacan. You don't want to be chasing a big lead with 12 minutes to go. As the first free throw for Mahilum is good. Two for two for Mahilum. And here's Nesho now. Look at the foul situation. 18 fouls for the DF Republicans, just 13 for the Aces. What a pass! And Joseph Celso converts on the layup. Great pass by Ryan Operio. And it's back to a 10-point lead. Carlos. Speaking of great passes, another great find there by Kyle Carlos from Albert Almaden. So it's back to an 8-point lead. Malyari Hands it over to Operio. Operio now. Operio still has that basketball, but not a good pass there for Operio. Alano checks back in for Mahilum. They're facing an 8-point deficit with less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 58-66. Here's Carlos. Again underneath, but this time, Bulacan was ready for it. So Kyle Carlos is actually doing a good job in dissecting the defense of the Bulacan DF Republicans and dropping off in the last second. So maybe it's something that they can build upon. Carlos once more, 10 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Carlos over to Almaden for 3. No, battle for the rebound. Who gets it? It's Ryan Operio. And now Marlon Monte will bring the ball down. Monte calls for the time. With 1 minute and 26 seconds remaining in the third period, the Bulacan DF Republicans, host of this guy, Vincent Alves, and I've been fanboying over this guy since the start of the game. You know, a big man who runs the floor, does sidestep moves like that, defends, hits the jumpers, and he's one of the main reasons why they're still in the game. 17.6 rebounds, 3 blocks on 8 of 12 shooting. Talking about Vincent Alves as Monte gets wide open. You don't leave him wide open, Marlon Monte, because he's gonna make you pay. And it's an 11-point lead now for the Bulacan DF Republicans. Carlos now. Crucial moment for the Parañaque Aces. They have to keep in step with the DF Republicans, and that's not a way to do it. A turnover by Justin Alano. Here's Nesho now, the captain of the home team. Monte looking for Celso underneath, defended by Alano. Operio, tough shot, 1-footer. No good, great defense by the Parañaque Aces. And here's Singh on the counter. Singh kicks it out, that's a 3-pointer. De La Cruz for 3. No, battle for the rebound. It's Alano, and the short jumper won't go in. Almaden gets the rebound once more, but a steal by Nesho. Nesho coming out of nowhere to grab that pass, and it's a 13-point lead with 30 seconds to go in the third period. Parañaque looking for answers. Will they get one here? Nowhere to go. Carlos with the fake. Carlos kicks it out. That's Singh for 3. Still no go. And Celso grabbing yet another rebound. Monte now with 10 seconds to go. Last shot time for the Bulacan DF Republicans. Monte using that pick. Met with a double. Celso fighting for that loose ball. 3 seconds to go. Who gets it? It's De La Cruz. De La Cruz all the way. No! And after 3 quarters, the Bulacan DF Republicans holding a 71-58 lead. Big quarter for the Bulacan DF Republicans, outscoring the Aces 28-18. That's why they're ahead by 13. We will be back after the break.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. One. That's one. Bang, bang.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya.
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling. And beautiful finish. Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move. One. That's one. Bang, bang.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya.
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling.
look at the crowd here in Malolos, enjoying the action as their Bulacan DF Republicans are starting to pull away and is entering the final quarter of this game with a 13-point lead. Fourth and final quarter. Last chance for the Parañaque Aces to close the gap and steal this game away. Alves attacks. Alves, that's good. And Vincent Alves continuing his great play as Monte forced over the baseline. De La Cruz giving him a hard time. Monte just powering in. As we look at the quarter scoring, that big third quarter definitely pulling away, allowing the Bulacan DF Republicans to pull away as they lead by 13 thanks to the 28-18 third quarter. First free throw of Sarmiento, in and out, so even their free throws aren't going in. Right now, they're 13 of 27 from the line, talking about Parañaque Aces. 14 of 28, a pedestrian 50% shooting. Not something you'd want to see when you're down by 12, but that's what you want to see. Justin Alano diving for that loose ball, and they get the steal. Here's De La Cruz. Underneath, Alves overcooks it. Alano battling for that rebound, but it's Celso who gets it. Celso now over to Nesho. Nesho gives it to Monte. Monte against De La Cruz. Monte shoots over him. Way short for Monte. And here's Singh on the other end. Singh challenging Celso's defense. Good defense by Celso. And here's Nesho on the other end. Nesho will set things up for the DF Republicans. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Celso, or rather, Nesho misses that three-pointer. Sarmiento now over the other end, and a foul is called on Malyari. First free throw is good for De La Cruz. Nesho gets a breather. Malyari gets a breather. JM Cruz and Moraga checking in. One of two for De La Cruz, and still an 11-point lead for Bulacan. Steve De La Cruz, a little too aggressive defensively on Marlon Monte. Down to an 8-point lead. Moraga, not a good spot to be in. And almost a steal. Monte left wide open. Here's Monte is fouled by De La Cruz. Sarmiento hitting that big three. They're gonna need more of that if they want to get back in this game. They're only trailing by 8 with 9:30 to go. Moraga now. Using that pick, Benedictos with a fake. And the steal by Gabe Capasio. Capasio, what a pass by Capasio. And Justin Alano with an easy finish. And the lead is now down to 6, 67-73. with 9 and 17 remaining. We will be back after the break. We look at the bruiser underneath, Justin Alano, certainly making things happen for the Aces. 8 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, doing all the dirty work, banging all the bodies. And that's what they need. Look at Sarmiento, sticking to Necio like glue. JM Cruz nearly loses the basketball. Necio now being hounded by Sarmiento once more. That won't go in, but the ball will head out and go to the Parañaque Aces. But let's take a look back at that block by JM Cruz. Here's Alano, and JM Cruz just taking it away from Justin Alano. Right there. Grabe naman yun. Here's Capasio to De La Cruz, and that's an offensive foul. That's a clear offensive foul right there. Getting his shoulders low, and Monte timing it well. Eight minutes to go, still an 8-point lead for the home team. 75-67. Here's Monte. Over to Cruz. Cruz spins. Cruz. Oh! Justin Alano getting it right back. And I love the competitiveness between these two tough players. And look at Justin Alano getting that ball back, and he lets Cruz know. 75-67. Great stop right there, forcing Monte to a turnover. And here's Carlos, but Carlos turning the ball over. So sayang yun. Let's see what happened here, Carlos. 1 second on the shot clock. Monte for 3. No, rebound by Celso, and that's a big one. And they get a fresh 14. Necio looking to attack. Necio over everyone. No, but Cruz misses. Cruz once more. That's good. And flex those muscles, JM Cruz. But he will get a technical for taunting. Emotions running high between these two teams as JM Cruz misses the first one, but he gets the second one and then flexes the muscle right in front of Gabe Capasio, resulting to a technical foul. Emotions running high in this game. It's only the second game of these two teams, but of course, walang papatalo dito. Sarmiento hearing it from the crowd as he misses the technical free throw. still a 10-point lead for the Bulacan DF Republicans, but we still have a long way to go. Mahaba pa ang oras, 7 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. A lot can still happen in this game. Here's Carlos. Looking for Alves. Carlos decides to take it himself. Capasio for 3. Capasio! Oh, unlucky miss there for Capasio. As it rattles in and out. Dami ng tira ni Capasio na ganyan. But nothing he can do about it now. As the ball swings over to the Bulacan DF Republicans, a timeout is called. And we will be back after the break. We look at the Bulacan DF Republicans, and they've gotten production from everyone, but most specifically this guy, John Michael Cruz. Not only on the offensive end, he's been doing it defensively. He's been getting those rebounds, forcing misses. John Michael Cruz, 15 points, 16 rebounds, 2 blocks. What more can you ask for from a big man? Oh no. Oh no. Big blow for the Bulacan DF Republicans. As JM Cruz, just when we were discussing his excellent game, gets ejected for getting his second technical foul. And it was, I don't know, it was a disappointing end. It's a disappointing end for the night of JM Cruz, who's been playing a very good game before the ejection. 15 points, 16 rebounds, 3 blocks. You can't ask for anything more except for maybe him staying in the basketball court. Sad end to JM Cruz's night, but he'll be leaving with 15 points and 16 boards. Now it's up to his teammates to carry the banner for him. Monte over to Celso, underneath. Oh, great defensive play by Sarmiento. That kid has balls. Sarmiento on the other end, the layup won't go, but the rebound by Balyari. But Sarmiento, you have to love the effort of that guard, not giving up on the play. But right there, Operio misses a wide open 3. Joseph Celso. Joseph Celso says, wala ng JM Cruz, I'll be lording underneath. Joseph Celso, this is the first play where Sarmiento had broken up. Oh, what a block. What a block by Sarmiento. But on the other end, Joseph Celso says, hindi na mauulit yun. As he gives Bulacan a 12-point lead, we will be back shortly. Joseph Celso has been a man on a mission in this game, hitting those mid-range jumpers, defending well inside, getting offensive rebounds, putbacks, and whatnot. You talk about a rock in the middle, you're talking about Joseph Celso. Look at the numbers of this guy. 16 points, 18 rebounds, 18. A block, And on 7 of 13 field goal shooting, together with the ejected JM Cruz, they have a total of 34 rebounds. As a team, Parañaque only has 45. Wow. Now they go to Alano. Alano looking to challenge Celso. He kicks it out. De La Cruz. This will be big. No. Rebound. Capasio. And Capasio just unlucky. Oh, what a block by Malyari. And Malyari changes that shot, but Vincent Alves just too smooth for the big man. JC Reed giving Gabe Capasio some breather. Malyari. Malyari getting defensive plays and now getting himself on the board as he extends the lead of the Bulacan DF Republicans to 15. Justin Alano with the fake. Justin Alano with the shot. Justin Alano scores. 84-71. Monte now looking to attack. Monte loses the basketball, but the ball will stay with the Bulacan DF Republicans. Kapulong checking in for Reed. Oligario checking in for Singh. 17 seconds. Operio over to Monte. Monte hounded by Kapulong. And Kapulong called for the personal. Here's Nesho. This will be big. No. Rebound by Alves. Over to Alano. Overcooks the pass. And another. Turnover. And not giving J.R. Oligario some space to land. But if this becomes a 4-point play plus possession, this is something that the Parañaque Aces definitely need. So we will see Commissioner Edward Aquino checking in with these referees. And right now they have the decision. So just a normal foul for Ryan Operio. But still a big shot for J.R. Oligario. It's something that they need. If he hits this free throw, they're just down 9 points with 2:21 remaining. Plenty of time, actually, to stage a comeback. And that he does. Lead down to 9. Aces need a stop. Oligario. Here's Monte now, attacking. Over to Celso. Celso nearly loses it. Nesho milking the clock now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He hands it over to Monte. Kapulong right in his face. Monte. And a foul, a big foul there. Right now, here's Nesho. last 2 minutes, and this last 2 minutes is brought to you by Converge. Monte, no good. Battle for the rebound. Who gets it? It's Nesho, and a 24-second shot clock violation. So if the Aces convert here, then they're pretty much in the thick of things. 75 to 84. Still a long way to go, a minute and 43 remaining. But they need a basket here. Oh, Gabe Capascio turns the ball over. And that could be it. Oh no, they forced the turnover. With a minute and 26 remaining. This game is still not over. 84 to 76. 8-point lead. (84 to 76). They miss. They recover the rebound, but a block by Celso, who gets the basketball. And a foul is called. I think that's gonna be on Madrid, or JR Oligario rather. Third personal foul. Celso with the block. Oh, scary fall right there for Nesho. Hope he's okay. Here's Monte. Over to Malyari. Back to Monte. Monte attacks. Monte all the way! And that just might be the icing on the cake for the Bulacan DF Republicans. Big game for Marlon Monte. Capped off with that dagger layup with less than a minute to go. And the foul on Operio will send Gabe Capascio back in the line. But look at Monte just blowing by Capascio, scoring on that layup. And essentially putting this game away, though we've seen weird things happen as Capascio hits the first free throw. One of two for Capascio. Rebound by Celso. And Nesho will now just burn away the clock. The Bulacan DF Republicans on their way to a weekend sweep of their home games. 35 seconds to go. Oligario looking to trim the lead further, but they just can't seem to do it. Let's take a look at what happened here. There's three men fighting for that rebound, and I think Gabe Capascio might have touched it last. And yes, it was Gabe Capascio touch it last. Ball will go to the Bulacan DF Republicans, and a timeout is called by the Republicans. We will be back after the break. Tonight has been a block party for the Bulacan DF Republicans, JM Cruz. Look at Justin Alano on the other end. Sarmiento, chase down block. Malyari. And Malyari. And once again, Malyari. I think Maurice Malyari has 4 blocks to his name. Yep. 2 points, 7 rebounds, 4 blocks for Lawrence Malyari. Exactly what you need from a reserve big man. Get those rebounds, get those blocks, and that's exactly what Lawrence Malyari did in this game. Nesho, trap. Nesho dribbles out of that trap, hands it over to Monte. 25 seconds to go. Monte to Malyari. He scores! Maurice Malyari, Lawrence Malyari. Scores on that layup, puts this game away. And the Parañaque Aces calls for timeout. They trail by 11 with 23 seconds to go. This game is essentially over. Maybe Coach Young Garcia just wants to end this game on a high note. You know, you always want to carry over some momentum. You don't want to be like beaten up and frustrated entering your next game. So for the Parañaque Aces, you want to end it well still, despite the, I don't know, despite this game being already done. And you see the Bulacan crowd enjoying this win, or this impending win rather, by the Bulacan DF Republicans. All a great performance. Then I think they're just gonna run the clock down. It is an impressive victory for the Bulacan DF Republicans, beating the Parañaque Aces 88-77 behind the strong performances of this guy, Marlon Monte, Christian Nesho, and of course, Joseph Celso, who was a force underneath. 88-77 for the Bulacan Republican DF Republicans. The best player of the game when we return.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move and run. Yeah, that's good. Bang, bang.
Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya...
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move. Beautiful dribbling. And beautiful finish.
Look at this hustle play.
Wow, relentless.
Oh, what a dunk!
Oh, what a move and run. Yeah, that's good. Bang, bang!
Kaibigan ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsakayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan kaya...
Breakneck speed gets a shot to go.
What a play!
Oh, Bravo, look at that beautiful move! Beautiful dribbling and beautiful...
Welcome back to the NBL Season 2022 President's Cup presented by FSD and Converge Thrive at 5. The Bulacan DF Republicans scoring an 88-77 win over the Parañaque Aces, all thanks to the play of this guy, the man in the middle, the one who plugs in, brings in toughness and defense for the Bulacan DF Republicans. Your best player of the game, Kronberg, best player of the game, no other than Joseph Celso, 16 points,